Shalom, shalom, my little friends. Shalom. We are living in some very heavy times right now. From what I'm hearing from the Anthony Patch show, him and his wife, Jesus through them, has found the patent for this virus. I believe, I'm pretty sure that he has linked it to the HIV virus, is what they wanted this to be at first when HIV came out, and it didn't work out for them. And that's how this virus has progressed the way it has. Also, on his show, he has shown, there's a guy that he brought on that was talking about, he done like some crunching of the numbers, their own statistics, what they're telling us, the news articles and stuff about how many people have died and whatnot. And he said even by their own statistics, it's like 1%, less than 1% Americans have died from this so far. So this, yes, ones are dying from this, but the corona is not the prophecy. It's not the prophecy that's being fulfilled here. What the prophecy that's being fulfilled here, we don't quite know yet. Maybe some do. Praise Yahushua Jesus. He's opening our eyes to see what's going on here. We've seen, some of y'all know and some of you don't know, but there are many that are showing that this corona is connected to some stuff that's going on in the stars. You've got the corona that's around the sun. The sun is a star itself. All stars have a corona around them. It's the hottest part of the star, the outside part of the star. Well, we see a corona whenever we see the eclipse, the moon, sun and moon worship that covers the sun, and you see the eclipse, that brightness around that area. That's the corona. So there's your crown. It's a wreath. Well, there's also the corona borealis, and that's in the stars as well. And each point on the crown has a star, and each star has a name. And so, and I believe that there is 7 stars. I believe 7.7 stars, which would really go back to Revelation 13, where it's talking about the one that rises that has 7 heads and 7 horns. See, there's one that's got, and I don't, oh, here it is. And there appeared another wonder, it's Revelation 12:3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. 7 crowns upon his head. See, this is not Revelation 13:4, and Jesus has not, is it 4 where it brings up the 7 heads? No, Revelation 13:1, where it brings up 7 heads and 10 crowns. 10 horns, 7 heads, 10 horns, 10 crowns. This is Revelation 12:3, where he says that it's 7 heads, 10 horns, 7 crowns. So, if this crown, this corona borealis that's in the sky, has 7 points, 7 stars, I would consider that this, because it is the serpent's mouth that is coming up and eating the crown. That's not what we're going to get into this morning, but praise Yahushua Jesus. He's so awesome how he brings things together, So we have a corona virus, and what this is for them, the Kabbalist Freemasons, to see how far the mind control has worked. They have, Psalms 83 says that they take crafty counsel to wipe off the remembrance of Israel from earth existence. Satan's goal, who works through these folks, his fallen angels, the ones that fell with him, and their children, are the ones that are working through these Kabbalist Freemasons. These are the bloodlines, these family bloodlines that have worked really hard with their occult rituals through television, music, you name it, they have done it. And if it's went big, my friends, if anything comes on television or movies or radio, bands, big bands, if they get big, remember, nothing is made for your entertainment. Satan runs this world. He's been given that authority. He runs this world. And due to that, nothing is given to you for your entertainment. Since the beginning of movies, Mae West and Rudolph Valentino, they literally, these two specific names, literally wrote their own scripts by channeling evil spirits. Rudolph Valentino, for instance, his wife would lay in the bed, channel these spirits, ascended masters, to come into her, and she would babble the script out, and then he would take it and give it to the director, and that's what they would film their movie as. That's in the beginning of movies, my friend. The beginning of movies. So that means that your maybe, we'll just say your great-great-grandparents, aunts, uncles, they have all been mind-controlled, programmed since then. But if you go back further than that, when radio started coming into the houses, that's when it began. Because radios were able to come into everyone's homes. The voice of the world was able to come into the homes. And although the stories sounded great, they were awesome. Y'all could all sit around as a family together and listen to these stories on the radio. The old radios. Of the stories of the Raven. But all the while inside these stories was the Kabbalists, Freemasons, mind control, infiltration. And the Kabbalists, Freemasons understand the word. They know. Satan, that old serpent, the devil, and even the word itself says the children of this world are wiser than the children of the kingdom of Yahuwah. Or wiser than my children. And it is true. Because they understand. They've read the word. They know that Proverbs says you raise up a child the right way, and that child will do right, and when he gets older, and I'm paraphrasing, I can't even remember what Proverbs it is, but it's a true statement. You raise up a child reading the word, doing the right things, and they will do right when they get older. And they'll teach their children and their children. But over time, the world has slipped in through what? Technology coming into our homes. And here we are today with children, the children that are being raised today. My goodness. Lord Yahushua Jesus. Look at these children. The word is for real when Matthew 24 says that son will be battling against father, and father will be fighting against son, and daughter will be fighting with mother. Dude, and this is why. Because Satan's been able to come into their ears, come into their life, things that their eyes have seen, their ears have heard, but not just them. Grandpa, great-grandpa, and then you keep on going further back, really. America was never built for freedom. Nowadays, 20 years ago in China, you go to China, they didn't really know much about American movies. They did, sort of, but nothing like they do now. That was 20 years ago. That's not far. Now, all over the world, people know about America. They know about America. They've seen American movies. They walk around with their cartoon characters and their Disney movie characters. They know. America was never built for freedom. It is the male and the female. The male and the female together. That's what this city is. Both male and female parts. All over this nation, the United States of America, you have got male and female buildings. In China, you might have just male buildings. In Hinduism, you might just have female buildings. Not really sure, but I know for sure America is the male and female together. The Catholics are the female alone. Now, got iniquity of the fathers. It's happened. It's there. The iniquity of the fathers is alchemy. One of their iniquities is alchemy. And that's what the male and female is as well. Like, it's all about the doing the exact opposite of what Jesus, Yahusha, asked us to do. These devices, these inventions. What is it? Ecclesiastes 7:21, where he says, "I have made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions." That word means warlike machine. 4802, I think, is the concordance number for it. H4802. Hisabon. But Jesus, Yahusha, says in his word, he's going to catch them in their own devices, their own net, their own web. So, what we actually got on here for this morning is to read Lamentations chapter 5. Remember, O Yahuwah Lord, what has come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach. Our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens. We are orphans and fatherless. Our mothers are as widows. We have drunken our water for money. We have drunken our water for money. We buy our water. I'll go to the water company and pay for our water. We buy it in bottles. Our wood is sold unto us. Nothing. We have to buy everything we get. Our necks are under persecution. We labor and have no rest. All governments labor their people like slaves. And it is at that point, my friends, where the one mind, the hive mind, I mean, this 5G's done went up there. They got their web ready for the connection. It's ready. It's ready. We have given the hand to the Egyptians and to the Assyrians to be satisfied with bread. Bread. The word. Food. You can only live by every word that comes out of the mouth of Yahuwah, the Lord God Almighty. They know that too. That's why that we are fed so much the mixture of Yahusha's truth and the lies is so much nowadays that it's in everything that you can hardly tell which one is truth and which is a lie. What did they mix together to get this? I mean, this is in movies and in songs, and I mean, I found out Lady Gaga, before she goes on any stage, she gets her groups together, her people together. They hold hands in a circle and they pray to Jesus. I heard her doing a few prayers before she went on. This woman is 100% part of the agenda. And she does the things of the Assyrians and the things of the Egyptians. Feeding the children this bread. To come and follow me. Oh my goodness, it's just unbelievable. But it is real. These things are happening because prophecy is being fulfilled. Right now. It's being fulfilled. The Egyptians. Egypt is everywhere. People have got tattoos. People have got symbols, shirts, posters, you name it. I mean, they're speaking the language of the Egyptians. You name it. It's happening. Video games have original Egyptian hieroglyphs and spells in them. Not Egyptian spells, but I'm sure Egyptian spells. That's what I mean by the hieroglyphs. But spells as in real occult, black magic, witchcraft spells in them. This is stuff your children play. It's real. And Egypt's everywhere. Everywhere. You know how Egypt got here? To America? Napoleon. Here's the French again. You got large hadron collider on the part of France, and you got that big East tokamak, that artificial sun in France, on that little bitty piece of land. And it just so happens all these Rothschilds and Rockefellers, they throw all their big parties and balls in France. Napoleon brought Egypt here. He was obsessed with Egypt. He took people down there to write out everything that they could when he went to Egypt. Dude, the French got their hand in some stuff. We have given the hand to the Egyptians, given it to them, these false gods that they worshipped, and to the Assyrians to be satisfied with bread, just so that we could be satisfied with food, so that they'll put us in schools and educate us, because back in the day was nothing like it is now. It was only the ones that were sophisticated that could go to school. If you even got caught learning back then, reading something, even knowing that you could read or write, you could get killed right there or tortured. These people, these fathers, which it goes on down, but let's stop. These fathers, great grandparents, they have sold the children, their children, because they thought, well, it'll be better for them. At least if we do this, we conform and we listen to them and we follow their feasts on the day that they want us to, and way back when, all right, at least if we do this, that they're going to allow our children to be taught, that they won't be dumb, and eventually they'll raise their children to be intelligent, and it's not just about food. Bread is not just food. You got to think of the spiritual as well. The spiritual. 7, verse 7. Our fathers have sinned and are not, and we have bore their iniquities. Yes, Jesus removed the iniquity of the fathers from us being harmed by the iniquity of the fathers, receiving their curses. But only if you reject it, or ask for, Lord Jesus, please forgive me for following the ways of my fathers, my grandpa, my great-grandpa, please forgive me for listening to what they said about certain things, especially about Jesus, because they were in the wrong. And they've been teaching the worship of the fallen angels, the sun and the moon and the stars, all this time, and didn't even know it. We're at the age now where they are so blinded, they didn't even recognize that it came and hit them. Elders are so stern and stubborn, they will not listen about any of it, about any of this truth. They don't want to hear it. They're okay with the way that things have been, and that's alright for them, and it's not. This is the iniquity of the fathers. Let's get over. I'm American. My grandpa was American. My great-grandpa was American. They served in World War II, and this. Let me tell you, the ones that were served in World War II, they were totally mind-controlled. There's so much that we just don't. Our government was never built for protection, for freedom. It is completely for oppression. Since the very beginning, since Columbus came over here, it was for oppression. Spain was obsessed with diamonds. Diamonds seem to be the thing that everybody has went toward and after. And diamonds, that's when the sun goes out, it's going to be a big diamond, they say. This is what scientists say. It's going to be a big diamond just sitting in the sky, left of the sun. It's going to be a diamond. India was the first one to have diggings for diamonds and a large quantity of it for a long time. India was the diamond producer for the world. This is a long time ago. diamonds are with this quantum computing. I mean, everything to do with diamonds is to do with quantum computing. You name it. It's, they're in it. The quantum dot tattoo. It's little bitty diamonds that get up in here on the hand. Diamonds are crystals that are shaped in a tetrahedral pattern. All it is, it's crystals that are shaped nicely and neatly in a pattern that cannot be broken. That's why they're so hard. Yeah. Diamond is also from the Greek Adamo, Adamo, Adam. Right now, anything that you open your phones up, computers, televisions, there's going to be diamonds in there somewhere that they use for this technology, because diamonds hold data and it releases data. I don't know how all that works. All I know is diamonds are involved. Well, when they were searching, when they sent France, when Spain sent Columbus off, he sent them going where? To look for India. That's where they thought they were going. And it just so happens they ended up in America. And this is where they went, and ended up where they dominated here. They took over the people, the land. I mean, they destroyed everything. And the Pope had his hand in it as well. He signed for Columbus to come over here the second time. Why? Why did we need his signature if they were free from that? See, things don't add up, man. It was never built for freedom. It was supposed to be a diamond war, a diamond looked for, and it ended up being that they found them a new nation. And where was I reading? Talking about this sorceress was with where was I reading that? This sorceress was doing alchemical practices, putting her head over the bubbling pot of different metals and stuff, and she would go into a trance, and she told Ferdinand that he was going to come out rich. I was trying to remember. Anyway, but that she was going to come out rich. He was going to come out rich, and that's where he went searching for the diamonds in India, and ended up where he ended up here. And he took that as, or Columbus did, he took that as, Ferdinand took that as that this was his gold mine. This was his rich place. This was the place that he knew was supposed to be, like this woman was talking about. Where did I read that? Anyway, we'll find it. I'll show it one day, maybe. I don't know. It's all up to Jesus. Either way, all these kings, all these priests, all these fathers, the ones that have built these nations that are around us today, they have all fallen to this occult practice worship of mixing of these metals and stuff, and going into trances, and allowing these ascended masters, and using stones and energy, just working with all this stuff, dude. They've all done it. All these priestly kings, or not priestly, all these kings, these rulers, they have dabbled in this stuff. While we're here where we're at today, and especially with technology, this web, this cloud, is the iniquity of the fathers. Servants have ruled over us. There is none that doth deliver us out of their hand. We gat our bread with the peril of our lives, because of the sword of the wilderness. Our skin was black like an oven, because of the terrible famine. They ravished the women. Wait. Our skin was black like an oven because of the terrible famine. Famine of what? His word. His word. We can only live by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of Yahuwah, the Lord God Almighty. Our skin was black like an oven because of the terrible famine. No happiness, complete darkness, sucked in like a little prune, just reserved, just maybe even angry, much discord inside self and toward others. Like this, yes. And I'm sure it goes a whole lot deeper than that, my friends. It always does. Our Father's got many layers to His Word. Verse 11, they ravished the women in Zion and the maidens in the cities of Judah. Princes are hanged up by their hand. The faces of elders were not honored. You watch cartoons. If you watch cartoons, you can guarantee that them cartoons are going to teach. They are teaching them children not to respect any elder whatsoever. Do not have any honor to them. Elders are dumb and stupid, and they need to be quiet. They got nothing to teach, nothing to know. They need to just go and die. I've heard especially teenagers, their disrespect toward elders. It's unbelievable, but they've been taught that way. Taught straight up. 13, they took the young men to grind, and the children fell under the wood. The elders have ceased from the gate, the young men from their music. The elders have ceased from the gate. The gate is our Father's government. It's the heads of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. The new walls of Jerusalem, when Jerusalem comes down in chapter 21 of Revelation. You got 12 stones, but you got 12 gates. Each gate, pearly gates, each gate has each name of the 12 tribes of Israel. All 12 gates, 12 names. These gates, these are the elders, and this goes back to Ezekiel 7 and 8, where Ezekiel's carried in the Spirit, and he is shown that these elders that are doing abominations in our Father's place, he says in 7 and 8 that they defile His secret treasures. They defile His secret treasures. I'm just unbelievable. Lift up to none, behold, northward gate of the altar, this image of jealousy in the entry. I'm in Ezekiel 8. In the sanctuary. Oh my goodness, right. It's in His sanctuary. The great abominations in His sanctuary. He said furthermore unto me, Son of man, verse 6, that seest thou what they do, even the great abominations that the house of Israel committeth here, that I should go far off from my sanctuary? But turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations. And he sees more abominations, and it is bad. They've got abominable beasts, creeping things, idols, in the house of in His house, in His sanctuary. And you know, I was listening to someone the other day, and they were talking about showing video clips of like Avengers and Star Wars and stuff, and showing that they keep bringing up this sanctuary. Here we are, straight up in our face, through these movies that our children get excited about. They wear these superhero costumes. We ourselves have done these things. Got tattoos of the superheroes or the villains on yourself. And I'm not condemning, because I'm telling you, we have all been deceived, my friends. But the thing is they throw it right in our face. We are wearing a part of these children are wearing part of this great abomination. Because that's what these things are, these movies and bands and TV characters, they are a part of the exact opposite of Yahushua Jesus. The plan to remove the truth from the light, the holy creator, the light from your life. And children are walking around and they're mimicking these superhero characters and these cartoon characters, and they're playing these video games, and they're doing the action figure movies, moves and stuff, and all the while this is part of the great abominations that our Father hates. Abomination is hate. He can't stand these things. And we're allowing the very children to wear this stuff. These princesses, all the Disney character princesses. Oh my goodness, it's sorcery. It's blasphemy. Blasphemy. Look what he says. The young men from their music ceased from their music. Music is a major mood swinger, a major mood changer. In 2.5 seconds, your mood can be changed because of music. During mine and Opie's walk with Jesus, I had gotten baptized. The very day I got baptized, Opie and I, this is like 7 years ago, we went to Bonnaroo, which is like a hippie type music festival. And we were there, got to witness to 4 different couples. Praise Yahushua Jesus, he allowed that to happen. But, dude, we, at the end of Bonnaroo, we were, the last thing that we had to do was go to the Elton John concert. So we're at the Elton John concert, and we're all, out there singing and dancing, and all of a sudden, Opie and I both, and mind you, now this is like, it was harder and still is a bit of a challenge for Opie in music. He's starting way better. Oh my goodness. He just now learned something the other day that has really turned him on to an understanding of how spiritually wicked these that go big are. What is going on there? But dude, we both looked at each other at the same time at this concert at Elton John, and we knew right away to put our hands down. We realized right then this was not a place that we needed to be. And not just that, but every single person in that place was worshiping something other than Jesus, the Son of the living God, Yahushua, our Holy Father. And afterwards, I quit listening to worldly music. Every once in a while, I try to justify something. The enemy would try to justify that this song is okay, and as soon as that would happen, I would feel my mood change. My thoughts would start changing in my head, and so I just quit. Still to this day, if a song, I'll hear somebody driving down the road, they'll have the radio cranked real good, or I'll have, I'll hear a song, because every single television show and cartoon and movie, you name it, they got music in it. There's a reason for that. But I'll hear it, and it'll be something from my past, and that song will get stuck in my head. And Jesus, Yahushua, over time has taught me a certain song to sing, repeat, of worship in my head until this song fades away. Now, some are really strong. Some of these songs I know have had spells placed on their records to get their records to go big. Because the song is so strong in my mind against the worship song toward Yahushua Jesus. It could take me hours to get one song to stop repeating in my head. And that's no joke. We as believers, Jesus, Yahushua believers, are to worship. That is one of our main reasons for existence, is worship. Worship who? Yahushua Jesus. Hallelujah. That's who we're to worship. But if we are being taught, not we, but our great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandpa was taught All this music's alright, it's alright to listen to this is fine, it's no issue. And then that one taught that one, and that one taught that one, generation after generation, and here we are today. We think this is alright. Our music, the joy for Yahuwah, the Lord God Almighty, has ceased. Worship for Him has ceased. And oh my, it's so true. Verse 15, the joy of our heart is ceased. Our dance is turned into mourning. The joy of our heart is ceased. And that's right after he talks about music. It shows you how powerful music is. That it can literally steal your joy. And the dance is turned into mourning. Our dance. Dancing, praising, all in all worship to your Creator. Just bouncing and jumping in excitement for your holy Creator, Yahushua Jesus, our Father. It's turned into mourning. Everyone's so sad and depressed and mopey, and even children today have the most depressed ways of speaking. Children, 6 and 7-year-olds, shouldn't even know some of this stuff yet about these sorrows, and they do. And it's because of what they're being taught in music and you name it. Rock, rap, house, trap, country, heavy metal, reggae, deep jazz, you name it. It is a part of the agenda. Hitler changed the Hertz. Hitler changed the Hertz sound, and that is a big deal. How did he get the whole world to change the Hertz of sound, and why? Why that one thing? Because music is powerful. It is it's supposed to be a part of us. Verse 16. The crown is fallen from our head. Woe unto us that we have sinned. The corona borealis is a crown that's just in the air. It's just there. And a snake's head is coming up with his mouth open, ready to devour this crown. But this crown is there. The crown actually means, there's a few meanings to this crown, but one of the names for this crown, corona borealis, is the seat of the elders. Here we are. He has talked about the elders a few times. And not just the elders, but the gate. The elders have ceased from the gate. Why? Because they're going into the mouth of the serpent. They're going toward the serpent. They're allowing him to just take over. And so this corona is them naming, and this is just one of the things that I feel Yahushua Jesus has showed me. Them naming this corona virus is them putting it like blatantly that they have achieved another step to accepting their Antichrist to come in, the Babylonian system. It's like here, and it is 5G just got approved during the same time as this corona. Tom Hanks had placed a tweet up talking about the corona. He has the coronavirus apparently, and Tom Hanks had done this little thing, and Nicholson 1968 broke this little tweet down. It was a little tweet about 4 lines, and it was speaking about him and having fun with his wife while he's locked down with the coronavirus. The thing is this tweet, Nicholson 1968, Jesus threw and broke this tweet down, showing us that this is part of their agenda.